On an ordinary day in 1948, Australian authorities received a call that would turn out to be anything but ordinary. They received the report of a dead body lying on the beach at Somerton. Without hesitation, they sent officers to the scene. What they found left them puzzled. There was a man lying on the beach, dressed to the nines, but with no indication of who he was. His pockets held nothing but a piece of paper with two mysterious words, setting off one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. Imagine this. You're strolling along the beach at sunset, enjoying the sea breeze and the view. Suddenly, you spot something unusual. A man lying motionless on the sand. You walk closer and realize it's a dead body. Panic sets in. You rush to check for a pulse, but there's none. Fear grips you as you dial 911, hoping to get there in time. But unfortunately, in this case, it was too late. The man was already dead. That's exactly what happened on December 1st, 1948, in the seaside suburb of Somerton in Adelaide, Australia. Residents were shocked by the discovery of a man's body found on the beach. But as the news spread, so did the confusion. Who was this man, and how did he end up on the beach lifeless? The lack of answers only added fuel to the fire, leading people to speculate wildly about his identity and the circumstances surrounding his death. As the sun dipped below the horizon on that fateful day, casting long shadows across Somerton Beach, the man's body lay shrouded in the twilight. The discovery quickly made headlines, stirring a mix of curiosity and unease among the locals. The fact that he turned up on the beach without a trace of struggle suggested foul play. Yet no one in the community could recall seeing him around. Strangely, when the police examined the body, they found no sign of injury, no obvious cause of death. The victim was well dressed, wearing a dark suit and tie, neatly polished shoes, but no identification. All the labels on his clothes were missing, suggesting a deliberate attempt to conceal his identity. This was not a common occurrence in their quiet town, leaving the residents baffled. As the investigation deepened, detectives noticed something peculiar. The man's hands were carefully folded over his chest, as if placed there intentionally. This detail hinted at a staged scene, adding another layer of complexity to the puzzle. Moreover, his shoes were of high quality, hinting at a man of means, yet his appearance offered no familiar face. This stark contrast between his expensive attire and his anonymous presence only served to heighten the mystery. Then came the most perplexing clue of all. Tucked away in a hidden pocket of his trousers, the police found a small piece of paper rolled into a tight cylinder. Upon unfolding it, they discovered two words scrawled on it, Tamám Shud, which translates to, "It is finished" in Persian. This cryptic note seemed like a riddle, offering more questions than answers. What did it mean? Was it a confession, a threat, or simply a red herring? Further examination of the dead man revealed additional details. Traces of a bitter-tasting substance were found on his clothing, suggesting possible poisoning. However, despite these indications, no poison was detected in his stomach during the autopsy, leaving this line of inquiry with more questions than answers. His stomach contents showed no signs of recent food consumption, indicating that he may have been dead for several hours before being discovered. This detail raised more questions about the timeline of events, and whether witnesses might have seen something crucial but overlooked it. All these pieces of evidence were puzzling and disparate, not easily fitting into any known narrative of crime or accident. The sheer peculiarity of the case quickly captured the attention of the public. Whispers turned into rumors and theories ran rampant through the close-knit community. Each piece of evidence became a talking point, each detail a potential piece of the puzzle. In the midst of the clamor, the police worked diligently to find answers. They released sketches of the dead man in an attempt to identify him. But despite extensive efforts, he remained a mystery. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, yet no one came forward with a positive identification. The case seemed to hit a standstill, leaving the residents of Somerton with more questions than answers. The investigators decided to focus on the only tangible lead they had, the words Tamám Shud. They believed that these two seemingly random words held the key to unlocking the mystery. Their search led them to an unassuming bookshop, where they found a copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, a collection of Persian poetry. The book was dog-eared and worn, suggesting it had been read and reread many times. But what truly caught the police's attention was a small inscription on its pages. It was the same indecipherable writing seen on the piece of paper found in the dead man's pocket. This breakthrough seemed to open the door to solving the mystery. Perhaps the book was more than just a literary piece. Maybe it was a diary, a journal, or even a coded message. The police were hopeful that deciphering the writing would reveal the dead man's identity or shed light on the enigmatic note found in his pocket. However, as they delved deeper, they encountered a new set of challenges. The script, they discovered, was written in a mirror image, making it nearly impossible to decipher. This revelation added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted case. The police were faced with a daunting task, trying to make sense of a message that seemed deliberately designed to be cryptic. The case was far from closed, but it was becoming increasingly clear that finding answers would not be easy. As the investigation continued, more peculiar details emerged. Residents began coming forward with stories of a well-dressed man they had seen around town, matching the description of the dead man. These sightings, though helpful, only served to deepen the enigma. If he had been seen, why was he still unidentified? And if he was known to frequent the area, what might have caused his untimely demise? Each new piece of information seemed to raise more questions than it answered, keeping the community on edge. The case had become a source of constant chatter, a shared obsession that united and divided the town. Everyone had a theory. Everyone wanted to be involved in the hunt for answers. But as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks into months, the trail grew colder. The hope of resolution faded. Amidst the gloom, there were those who refused to give up. Amateur sleuths joined the fray, poring over every detail, re-examining every clue. They formed groups, shared theories, and chased down leads, all in an effort to solve the puzzle that had captivated the nation. The case went from being a local mystery to a national obsession. Newspapers ran daily updates, radio shows discussed theories, and people across the country were affected. Yet despite the best efforts of the police and the public, the case of the Somerton Man remained unsolved. Decades passed, memories faded, and still the mystery lingered. The once bustling investigation went cold, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and hushed whispers. The Somerton Beach, where it all unfolded, became a place of remembrance, a silent tribute to a man whose name was lost to time. Even now, more than 7 decades later, the mystery of the Somerton Man continues to captivate and intrigue people around the world. His story has been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and podcasts, each trying to unravel the enigma that surrounds his death. Recent DNA testing has revealed some fascinating insights. While it hasn't directly linked him to any particular person, it has confirmed that he was indeed an Australian citizen. Carl Webb, a private investigator hired by the man's family, even believes he has identified the man's remains in a different grave, suggesting a tragic case of mistaken identity. However, despite these advancements, the core mystery remains intact. The notes, the symbols, and the secrets hidden within the pages of the Rubaiyat continue to baffle researchers and enthusiasts alike. Could there be more to the case than meets the eye? Could the answers lie dormant, waiting to be discovered in the intricate details that have been overlooked for decades? Or is the truth forever lost, buried alongside the dead man on that secluded beach? The case of the Somerton Man is a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never truly be solved. It's a tale of a time when secrets and shadows danced along the shores of a seemingly peaceful town, leaving behind a legacy of intrigue that continues to resonate even today. But here's where we want to hear from you. What do you think really happened to the Somerton Man? Is he a spy, a lover, or just an unlucky stranger caught in the wrong story? Share your theory in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating true mysteries from around the world. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay curious. Stay open-minded and always keep an eye out for those little details, because they might just hold the key to unlocking life's most intriguing puzzles.